Hi, welcome to another video by myself, Azid. I've been a property investor for the last 20 years and I post some of these videos now to keep people updated about some of the changes that are happening within our industry. So this video is going to talk about the new electrical certificate report that all landlords now have to supply and make sure that all of their properties have. So this came about in a few months ago. So right now it's August 2020. The law has come into place since June 2020. And this basically, just like a gas certificate, is asking all landlords now to supply tenants, and if asked local authority a electrical certificate. It's actually called the electrical safety certificate, and in effect is landlords need to find electricians who can actually conduct these tests on their properties. So when did it come into force? So as I said, it came into force on the 1st of June 2020. For any new tenancies, you will now have to supply this electrical installation condition report to all new tenants from the 1st of July 2020. So really, if you're watching this now, it's pretty much from now on. If you've got existing tenants in the house, the deadline to then have these electrical installation condition report done is the 1st of April 2020. So kind of 6 months from this posting this video. So what does the actual test do? So an electrician will come around, a qualified electrician will come around and check all fixed. Now the key here is the fixed element of the property. So this will be your plugs, your sockets, your fuse box, your light fitting, and they will carry out a check on all of these fixed items in the property. And thereafter they will write up a condition report, which then states if there are any remedial work to be done, what those remedial work will be needed to be carried out. If there isn't, you get a condition report, and pretty much that's the end of it, and that should last you 5 years. So if you're familiar with the HMO market, you will know that you have normally an NIC EIC certification that is required before you get your license, your HMO license. This is very similar to that, and in fact, actually the HMO regulation has now been repealed and been replaced by this new condition electrical installation condition report that I'm now talking about. So just to be clear, if you're a HMO landlord, you now also need to follow this new electrical installation condition report requirement, and that supersedes what we normally have been doing in the past, which were NIC EIC certificates. So just to recap, new regulations from June 2020. If you've got existing tenant, you have to give them and have that done by April 2021. Any new tenant that starts that rents a place from you from July 1st, 2020 will need to be given one of these condition certificates before they even move in. And in terms of who will do the actual test, it will be qualified electricians. So what happens once the test is done and everything's fine, you get a certificate. If something is wrong, the electrician will then put that on the report and actually stipulate what those challenges or the problems are that he or she has found. If there are problems and rectification to be done, these will have to be done within 28 days. So you'll have to make sure, A, you have the funds, B, you have the access to the actual electrician team to be able to fix those problems that the surveyor has actually, or the electrician has actually found. In terms of non-fixed, so your fridges, your microwaves, your washing machines and stuff. So if you provide them to the tenant, you will have to have them pat tested. If you haven't provided any of the white goods, then the tenants themselves will have to make sure that they have these items checked on a regular basis. And just to conclude this video, some of the questions that I've been asked is, for example, the big one really is, what if the tenant don't allow me to come in and actually perform this test? So There are provisions in the law around this. So if you have taken steps and documented steps that you have communicated several times to the tenant, and I've actually tried numerous ways of conducting and arranging for this electrical certificate to be done, and you fail, you can then show and demonstrate that you've done that. You will not then hopefully be held liable if there was a problem. So it's not great, but obviously as long as you have tried and you can document that you have tried to communicate with the tenant to arrange these certificate or these checks to be done, and they have blocked you several times, then you could use this as a mitigation, as a way of mitigating the risk. So I hope this has been useful. As I say, I post quite a lot of videos now on YouTube, so on QuiddityGroup, if you follow me there, or on Instagram, which you're probably watching now, or Quiddity_group. I've also got a website where I post a lot of my development work and some of the stuff that I do with investors, and also my mentoring program. So you can check it out on QuiddityGroup.co.uk. So that's QuiddityGroup.co.uk. You can get in contact via Instagram, Facebook, and also our website, where I've got my email address and phone number there. I run a mentoring program and a one-to-one that actually helps investors who want to generally do and actually do things related to properties. So please also take a look at my recent book called Scale Your Wealth Through Properties. It's available already on Amazon, and there I basically lay out the 6 strategies that I've taken over the last 20 years to build my portfolio, from buy-to-let, BRR, so buy, refurb and refurbish, title splits, HMOs, and SA, so service accommodation. It's available on Amazon right now. The title is Scale Your Wealth Through Properties, and you can see it on screen also now.